Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I have questions for you. Questions that will help us sort out the memories in our brain, help us remember stuff, keep us young, have a little fun, maybe even learning some stuff. And today's theme will be the old-time sayings. You remember those sayings we used to use when we were young that perhaps aren't used today? Now I know what you're thinking. Some of these I still use. I do. But let's see how many of these I actually use and how many I actually remember. I may even pick up some more to use. We'll see. All right, let's go. In Old English slang, if something was described as tickety-boo, what did it mean? Was it expensive, complicated, or satisfactory? It was satisfactory if it was tickety-boo. The old phrase, to be at sixes and sevens, refers to being perfectly balanced, being in a state of confusion or disorder, or working overtime. To be at sixes and sevens means being in a state of confusion or disorder. Which forgotten word means to walk in a proud, confident manner? Does that mean prankle, struttle, or swank? Swank. So far, I use none of these. The antiquated phrase, to carry coals to Newcastle, means to waste resources, to take the long way around, or to bring something to a place where it already exists in abundance. To bring something to a place where it already exists in abundance. In old sayings, if someone was described as being 3 sheets to the wind, they were very drunk, or extremely angry, or completely lost. This one I still use. It means they're very drunk. The archaic word brabble refers to a small stream, a noisy quarrel, or a type of bread. A brabble. Well, that refers to a noisy quarrel. The old saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, cautions against eliminating something good while getting rid of something bad, taking unnecessary risks, or trusting strangers. Which is it? Eliminating something good while getting rid of something bad. I use that one. In Old English, a quirker-wodger was it a small woodland creature, a politician who behaves as their party directs, or a type of farm tool? A quirker-wodger is a politician who does what his party tells him to do. The old expression, to be in high dudgeon, means to be extremely intoxicated, to be in a state of angry indignation, or to be elevated in social status. In high dudgeon means to be in a state of angry indignation. The forgotten term, gong farmer, referred to someone who, did they clean out cesspits and privies? Did they work in bell towers? Or did they harvest rice? A gong farmer cleaned out cesspits and privies, or as we Americans say, toilets. To beat about the bush in old sayings means to search thoroughly, or to avoid coming directly to the point, or to work without tools. Beat about the bush means to avoid coming directly to the point. Still use it. The obsolete term jargoggle means to confuse or jumble. Does it mean to walk with a limp, or does it mean to laugh loudly? Jargoggle refers to confuse or jumble. The phrase, "to pay through the nose," originated from medieval tax collectors who would slit the noses of those who didn't pay, Norse invaders who imposed a tax called nosegeld, or the Roman punishment for debtors. Norse invaders who imposed a tax called nosegeld. In old parlance, a mumpsimus is a childhood disease? Is it a medical instrument? Or a stubborn person who insists on a wrong belief despite evidence? A mumpsimus is a stubborn person who believes something despite the evidence. The idiom, "to give someone the cold shoulder," originated from serving unwanted guests a cold shoulder of mutton instead of hot food, a medieval punishment, or turning one shoulder away when greeting someone. Serving unwanted guests a cold shoulder of mutton instead of warm. The arcane word apricity refers to the warmth of the sun in winter, or the smell after rainfall, or the morning dew on grass. Apricity. That means the warmth of the sun in winter. I'm going to use that one. In olden times, if someone told you to keep your powder dry, they were advising was to stay away from water, to remain prepared for action, or to maintain secrecy. It meant to remain prepared for action. The antiquated phrase, "a flash in the pan," derives from, is it gold mining, cooking techniques, or misfiring flintlock weapons? A flash in the pan refers to misfiring flintlock weapons. The bygone term, slug-a-bed, describes, is it a garden pest, a small bedroom, or a person who stays in bed late? A slug-a-bed. That's a person who stays in bed late. I haven't used that one in a while. The old saying, "don't look a gift horse in the mouth," refers to not questioning good fortune, being cautious of strangers, or avoiding dangerous animals. It means don't question good fortune. A fribble in archaic language is a small argument, a frivolous person, or a type of snack. Which of those three? A fribble. That is a frivolous person. Don't be a fribble. The old expression, "to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth," indicates, is it royal lineage, privileged circumstances from birth, or natural eloquence? To be born with a silver spoon in your mouth means to be born into privileged circumstances from birth. In Old English, to chouse someone meant to, did that mean to chase them away, to cheat or trick them, or to choose them for a task? If you chouse someone, it means to cheat or trick them. The antiquated saying, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other means two alternatives are essentially the same, a mathematical equation, or having multiple options. Two alternatives that are essentially the same. The forgotten word twattling refers to, is that fishing with string, working slowly, or gossiping or chattering? If you're twattling, you are gossiping or chattering. The old expression, "to be on tenterhooks," originated from the cloth-making industry, medieval torture devices, or construction techniques. If you're on tenterhooks, that comes from the cloth-making industry. In old vernacular, a moonraker was that a fishing tool, a supposedly foolish person, or a night watchman? If you're a moonraker, that means You're supposedly a foolish person. The archaic phrase, to cut the mustard, means to end a relationship, to finish a meal, or to meet expectations or standards. To meet expectations or standards. The obsolete term beef-witted describes someone who was strong and muscular, or stubborn, or maybe stupid or dull. Beef-witted means stupid or dull. The old saying, the pot calling the kettle black, that refers to, is that kitchen accidents, hypocrisy, or unnecessary repetition. That is hypocrisy. In archaic language, a nincompoop was that a type of bird, a foolish person, or a mathematical calculation? A nincompoop! Don't be a nincompoop! That's a foolish person. The forgotten expression, to have a bee in one's bonnet, means to be obsessed with an idea, to be allergic to insects, or to wear old-fashioned clothing. What do you mean, old-time sayings? We still use that one. It means to be obsessed with an idea. The antique term codswallop, well, that refers to, is it nonsense or rubbish? Is it a type of fish? Is it a sailing technique? Codswallop. That is nonsense or rubbish. The old phrase, to steal someone's thunder, originated from, is that from ancient Greek mythology, naval warfare tactics, or a playwright whose sound effect was stolen? That's a playwright whose sound effect was stolen. In old parlance, a rapscallion was that a type of onion? A rascal or mischievous person? Or a musical instrument? A rapscallion is a rascal or a mischievous person. The antiquated saying, to rob Peter to pay Paul, refers to, is that literal theft? Is it taking from one source to supply another? Or is that a religious conversion? Taking from one source to supply another. The obsolete word crapulous describes someone who was. Was that someone extremely fortunate, ill from excessive eating or drinking, or poorly dressed? If they were crapulous, ill from excessive eating or drinking. Sounds about right. The old idiom, to have an axe to grind, means to be prepared for hard work, to have a selfish motive, or to have forestry skills. If you've got an axe to grind, you've got selfish motives. In bygone slang, a dewdropper was that an unemployed man who slept all day, a morning gardener, or a person who collected water? A dewdropper was an unemployed man who slept all day. The archaic expression, to go to kenosa, means to make a humble apology or submission. Does it mean to take a long journey or to retire from public life? It means to make a humble apology or submission, to go to kenosa. The forgotten word, ultra-crepidarian, describes someone who travels extensively or gives opinions on subjects they know nothing about or works with leather. Ultra-crepidarian. That's someone who gives opinions on subjects they don't know about. The old saying, to take the wind out of someone's sails, originated from, is that from hot air balloon competitions, naval tactics, or early aviation. That's a saying that comes out of naval tactics. In archaic language, balderdash, that referred to, is that a nonsensical talk or writing, a type of headwear, or a farming implement? Balderdash. That is nonsensical talk or writing. The antiquated phrase, to buy a pig in a poke, that means, is it to overpay for livestock, to make a wise investment, or to purchase something without seeing it first? If you buy a pig in a poke, to purchase something without seeing it first. The obsolete term fustalugs described, is that a type of fungus, a fat slovenly person, or a wooden chest? A fustalug. That would be a fat slovenly person. The old expression, to have the wrong sow by the ear, means to misidentify someone, or to make a mistake about a basic fact, or to tackle the wrong problem. What does it mean to have the wrong sow by the ear? To make a mistake about a basic fact. In bygone terminology, a lubberwort was, is that a medicinal herb? Something that makes men lazy, or a type of alcoholic drink? A lubberwort. That's something that makes men lazy. The archaic phrase, to shoot the cat, meant to vomit after drinking too much, to make a grave error, or does it mean to waste ammunition? It means to vomit after drinking too much. The forgotten word flibbergibbet described a small flying insect, a gossip or chatty person, or a type of dessert. Flibbergibbet. That's a gossip or a chatty person. The old saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, advises, is that to hunt efficiently, advice to invest wisely, or to value what you have over potential gains? To value what you have over potential gains. Better to have a bird in the hand than two in the bush. In archaic language, a mooncalf, that was a nighttime farm animal, or was it a foolish person, or was it a type of lunar calendar? A mooncalf. That's a foolish person. We have lots of terms for foolish people, don't we? The antiquated phrase, to wear your heart on your sleeve, originated from, was that ancient Roman clothing customs, medieval medical practices, or was it knights displaying their chosen lady's favor during tournaments? It was knights displaying their chosen lady's favor during tournaments. The obsolete term snollygoster referred to a mythical creature, a dishonest politician, or a type of weather. A snollygoster. That's a dishonest politician. The old expression, to go on a wild goose chase, originally referred to, is that a type of horse race, an actual hunt for wild geese, or a complicated horseback riding formation? To go on a wild goose chase. A complicated horseback riding formation. In bygone terminology, a fopdoodle was, is that a type of pastry, a significant fool, or a decorative handkerchief? A fopdoodle was a significant fool. The archaic phrase, to beat the drum for, means to promote or advocate strongly, to set a steady pace, or to celebrate loudly. And that means to promote or advocate strongly. The forgotten word Gabberlunzie described. Is that a licensed beggar, a storyteller, or a medieval musical instrument? A gabberlunzie. That would be a licensed beggar. The old saying, to put a spoke in someone's wheel means to hinder or to prevent their plans, to provide transportation, or to teach someone a skill. It means to hinder or prevent their plans, to put a spoke in someone's wheel. In archaic language, a ninny hammer was, is that a small hammer for delicate work? A blacksmith's apprentice? Or again, is that a foolish person? A ninny hammer. It's another word for a foolish person. The antiquated phrase, to face the music, originated from, did that come from dance competitions, from military discipline where disgraced officers faced the regimental band, or theater performances? To face the music. Military discipline. Well, you've done an amazing job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, write your score in the comments, please. And hey, check out these videos right here. They're also a lot of fun. We learn stuff together. All right, catch you next time. Bye-bye.